And that's Doc Mercy. Next, Incinerator Clayton. Frostburn.
Welcome, customer. Thanks for the scratch. You're my millionth. I'm sure we'll be doing this again soon enough.
What's the fastest way to get to Incinerator Clayton? There's no fast way. You just have to run it the long way. Just in case I have to fight. Yeah, I gotta fight.
I can taste the iron. More in your vein. Oh, that this too solid flesh was wow! Stab me 1,000 times! I'm losing blood. Give me yours. I'm seeing red.
Get some slag.
Open your veins!
I know, right? So, what I'm hoping to do is to spawn the badass. So I can use these idiots to blood explode him. Get some slag down. And just like that, no more badass. Yeah. How is he not slag? Okay, so since I know I got this midget slag, I'm gonna put on the Reaper Com, which, as you know, doubles your kill skill duration. And I didn't actually need it. Blood Explosion took care of everything. And here comes Clayton. Oh, lucky me, I got Bloodbath procced. And just like that, Clayton's done. Yeah, it's about being strategic, bro. It took me a while to realize that you could be strategic with Krieg, because when I first started playing this game, I played it on the PS3. And being able to aim and being a good shot was really difficult on that platform, because A, controller, B, graphical fidelity, being able to see what the hell you're shooting at and all that kind of stuff. And so Zero and Krieg, Zero originally being the first melee character in the game, and then once Krieg came out, it was really just pure, unadulterated melee banging fun that I had with it. And then they dropped Digistruck Peak and the overpower levels, and I got to OP5, and it was like, this is just not working, man. My melee fun is done. And that's when I realized that you got to be more strategic and to use the skills that he's got to their maximum potential. So it's less about the build. And the build is important, yes, but at this particular stage, it's more about being strategic than it is about just pure balls to the wall, head bashing melee fun. You know what I mean? So we got Incinerator Clayton, Doc Mercy down. So we're gonna take on Old Slappy next. And that, this whole more strategic gameplay style is actually very satisfying, because it's not easy to do it. Krieg is not as by design a strategic character. He really is supposed to be the way they designed him, balls to the wall, melee bashing fun. But you know how Digistruck Peak is completely thrown off balance in the game. So if you want to survive, is it Outwash? Yeah, Outwash. If you want to survive, you got to find, you got to modify your playstyle. And everybody else who doesn't play Krieg pretty much has to use the grog nozzle and the chain lightning, and that's sort of become the norm. But since Krieg got released to Beast, I figured there's got to be a better way to achieve a similar kind of durability as what the grog nozzle and chain lightning delivers, but without depending on those particular tools. So that's kind of been my thing, is kind of take a character that's sort of underappreciated and crap. I jumped down the wrong side. I'm screwed. I'm screwed. You know what? I'll fight you guys. I'll play.
There is nothing but agony.
Who's left? Seriously? Alright, I gotta take care of this guy first, it seems.
See the numbers, taste the violence.
And that takes care of Slappy. Let's see if he dropped us any legendaries. He's supposed to his legendary is supposed to be the striker. Nope, striker, but I'll take the iridium and the ammo. So next up, we've got some of the random spawns. Donkey Mong, King Mong, and Savagely. Crap, 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 crap. I was not prepared. I was caught unawares, as they say. Gotta bob and weave. Bob and weave. You missed. We are going to the Iridium Light. I hate it when he spawns over here because you got to deal with all the racks and all the bullymongs. And I've been fortunate he hasn't spawned over here, but I'm hoping that he'll be spawned over here. Because he's not a guaranteed spawn, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think he's going to spawn. Now, the one thing I do miss about using controller is that I'm a better driver with a controller than I am with a keyboard and a mouse. Nope, he didn't spawn. We'll try King Mong. I mean, Donkey Mong. Nope, he's not spawning either. Oh, no King Mong. Yeah, the driving is difficult. The shooting is great, but the driving is a biatch. Is he gonna spawn? I don't think he's gonna spawn. He's usually the first one, so if he hasn't spawned yet, probably not gonna spawn. So Savage Lee is next. Who the hell is that? Want to be cute? Fine. Three horns. Three horns. Wide. No Savage Lee. Yeah, I have a 360 controller because like I said, my first character when I was playing on the PS3 was Zero, and so when I first migrated to PC, you know, I just basically started with the controller, right? I mean, I did try the keyboard and the mouse thing, and it just was horrible at first, and I was like, screw this. So I ordered the controller in Amazon, and in the week that it took to deliver it, I just, you know, kept on using using the keyboard and mouse, just trying to play the game because I didn't have a choice. I didn't have anything else. And so by the time the controller came, I had to develop some amount of comfort with the keyboard and mouse versus the controller. But then once I had the controller in my hand, it just didn't feel right because it wasn't the PS3 controller, you know? Like, everybody says that the Xbox controller is great, and they're probably right, it probably is great. But if you've been using a particular thing for a while, and you're accustomed to it, no matter how great the new thing is, it's going to feel weird to you, you know what I mean? And so that was another thing. I just didn't feel right in my hand, and I just, it just felt uncomfortable. And I was like, you know what? If it's gonna be uncomfortable, whether it's the keyboard or the mouse for the 360 controller, I might as well make the investment and learn keyboard and mouse, because Borderlands is not going to be the only first-person shooter I'm going to play. And, getting comfortable with this new environment is probably going to serve me in the long run anyway. Where is Savagely? I think he spawned. Yep, he spawned. Otherwise, they'd be attacking me.
Why did your blood stop singing its sweet song?
Yeah, I'm still adjusting. I haven't picked it up, to be honest with you. I bought a gamepad, so I don't actually play on a keyboard. I got a, what is it, Logitech G13 gamepad, and that's what I play on. You just basically map whatever keys you want to map, so it's not a keyboard. Because I play in my living room. I work on a computer all day, so I sit at my desk and I work on a computer all day. So when I want to play games, I don't want to be sitting at the same desk and doing the same thing like when it's work. You know what I mean? I want it to be relaxing and feel like fun in that way. My PC is hooked up via the HDMI cable to my big screen television. I'm actually sitting on my couch right now, and I got a gamepad on my knee and a mouse on a little side table, and that's my setup, and I find that very comfortable. So I just haven't had the need at this stage to get comfortable with the 360 controller. But I will, because I've got some other games, some platforming games, that in some action type games, side-scrolling action type games that lend themselves better to a controller than a keyboard and mouse setup. And when I get into that stuff, I'll definitely invest the time to get comfortable with it. All right, so we're gonna go into the Pirate Booty DLC right now and do. You know what? I want to get the random spawns out of the way, so it shouldn't be too difficult because I'm on an SSD, so saving and quitting isn't a huge time sink. Because I'd like to get Donkey Mong and King Mong out of the way. Yeah, it really is a sweet setup. I'm comfortable in my couch. I got this nice high def big screen television. I got a surround sound system. So it is a comfortable playing environment, and it doesn't feel like I watch a lot of YouTube videos of gamers and stuff because I'm into gaming, and they'll do a setup video that shows their setup, and everybody has a desk and a table and an office chair. And I'm like, that's not comfortable for long term gaming. I know what it's like to sit at a desk and a table and an office chair for work. That's a work day for me. And then to do that for gaming too, nah. I can keep it. Because, I am coming from the console world. And a console, you connect it up to your TV. You sit on your couch or you sit on your favorite chair and you play. So I don't see why that should be different when I'm playing PC. Where am I going? Radiant Blight, yeah.
High quality, low prices, and no questions asked. Lovely. Pleasure doing business. Remember, we're always open.
All right. Oh, I have junk to sell.
Buy from me if you want to live. Catch you later.
Let's see if we can get that spawn. You know, when they released that patch where they remember what skin you had on the vehicle, I don't know why they didn't just also remember what type of vehicle spawn it was. So you don't have to keep respawning. I'm gonna try down this way this time. I'll go here first. Mineral. Mineral. Trying to do some off-roading. Oh, here he comes. Alright, I am not gonna get my vehicle blown up. Y'all can forget that shit. Alright, let's change things up a little bit. Fire rate. Fire.
Go for the quarry. It's rampage.
Shit.
Time.
Ah! I'm back.
You walk the rock. Fuck. I've got a huge
I'm keeping him alive for second wins. Okay, you guys want to play? Fine. A long ass walk back. Let's check on King Mong. Maybe we'll get lucky. Put on my B shield in case he does spawn, so I'm prepared. I never used to be a B hawker, but OP8, I decided to challenge myself and do OP8 Digistruct Peak Run with a legitimate melee build, okay? Because I've done OP8 Digistruct Peak with Krieg, but in those other builds, you know, it was a Hellborn build with Flame of the Firehawk, Grog Nozzle, you know, basically you're a walking fire tank. Really? Okay. So I was like, screw it. I'm gonna do OP8 Digistruct Peak, and I gotta tell you, the B-Hawk is absolutely necessary because otherwise it becomes a game of praying to RNG Jesus, and RNG Jesus can be a son of a bitch. You know, because now you're in a situation where you're completely and totally dependent upon Silence the Voices not proccing, right? Because and if Silence the Voices decide it's not going to cooperate, you're just out of gas. So I needed some sort of gun damage mechanism, and B-Hawking is fantastic. So I actually have that up on my Twitch and highlights and on YouTube too. It took like an hour and a half, 2 hours. It took a ridiculously long amount of time. But it was worth it though. It was a heck of a lot of fun. It was a very strategic... Damn it, why do I have corrosive on? Excuse me while I change this out. Yeah, you know what I mean? Being able to do that kind of damage at OP8 in Digistruct Peak is absolutely essential for a melee build, surprisingly, right? So you're only going to release the beast when you need to get health back. And that's a lot of times, but it's a great... I'm definitely a convert to B-Hawking at OP8. You leave me anything good? No bada boom. Okay. So that takes... Let me check my list. That takes care of Donkey Mong and King Mong. So the only random spawn we have left is the Black Queen. This is one of my favorite maps in terms of aesthetic, how it's designed. It's so bleak, so dark. Okay, so next up, we got Magni's Lighthouse, DJ Tanner, Little Sis, and Mr. Bubbles. Oops.
Feast your eyes upon the paradise that awaits you in opportunity. A world filled with excitement and potential. Just think.
Hey VSZ. Okay, I can't pronounce that, bro. You're gonna have to give me a pronunciation guide for that name. Welcome to the stream, VSZZ. Yeah, that's my brain's in knots right now.
Let me know if anything catches your eye. Lovely. Tell your Marcus munitions. Blood on the dirt.
Now,
Rampage and
that's exactly what I intend to do, Krieg. I am going to rampage, and I am going to fill the red bar. Oops. As soon as I put on the right relic, that's exactly what I'm going to do. There we go. Okay. Maybe not.
angry. I've been I swallowed your soul.
These guys are hitting harder than usual. It's on the Twitch page. I stream Tuesday through Thursday from 8 o'clock to midnight, and then depending on what my schedule, how the day turns out, I might stream other days of the week. So, which is why I suggest just follow me on Twitch, because when I do stream outside of my normal streaming schedule, I'll make an announcement on Twitch. Well, it depends on what you mean by damage or when the damage happens, because there's a particular pattern, particular play style that I follow. And I'll just show it to you briefly. Okay, so at the center of it is this skill right here called Field of Blood, and it says kill skill. Killing an enemy with melee increases grenade damage for each stack of Bloodlust and adds bonus stacks to Bloodlust. And it says grenade damage per stack is 2%, Bloodlust stack is 20%. So at 100 stacks, which is the maximum amount of stacks you can get, it's adding 200% to grenade damage. Now, um, when you spec into a Buzz Axe Bombardier, when you throw your Buzz Axe, it's actually treated with like you just threw a grenade, kind of, sort of. So basically, throwing your Buzz Axe gets an additional 200%. And really, that's the center, the key to my how I play this game. I try to build stacks, I slag, and then I try to kill the weakest enemy with a regular melee hit. This way, it only takes 1 or 2 hits to do it. And that's important because of this skill, Silence the Voices, which gives you 500% melee damage, but it also means you got a 12% chance of hitting yourself in the face. So basically, the more melee swings, the more normal melee swings, which are basically non-throw and Buzz Axe, the more normal melee swings you do, the greater the probability that you're going to hit yourself in the face. So I try to be strategic about it. And I slag and I try to target the weakest enemy, so I only need to hit him once or twice. Once I kill him with a melee hit, I switch to just basically throwing the Buzz Axe, throwing. And, that's how comes I'm able to do so much damage. And I also try to use the right calm and class mod, so I'm constantly, when I'm playing one player, going into my menu and switching stuff out, right? So I got my melee calm, my legendary sickle calm for melee damage. I got this legendary Reaper calm, and I use it primarily because of that the perk that it has, which is the team kill skill duration of 99%, right? So the kill skills for Krieg, they last about 7 seconds, and like I said, this one's the most important one. So it's only good for about 7 seconds. So I always try to put on the Reaper calm when I'm going after the weakest enemy, which is another reason to go after the weakest enemy, because I'm using the Reaper calm, so I don't hit as hard. So going after the weaker enemy, it doesn't make that much of a difference, that the fact that I don't hit as hard. So once I kill the enemy and I proc this skill, I put the melee calm back on. But now this is going to be good for 14 seconds instead of 7. So I can deal massive amounts of damage. And the final little thing is I try to get critical hits. I actually make an attempt to land criticals, because criticals are going to do a heck of a lot more damage than a regular hit. So, yeah, I mean, it looks like pandemonium when the game is being played, but, I'm actually thinking hard about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and, making these decisions as I go. And I try to have the right tool, the right grenade mod, the right everything for the right situation. So, I hate these bastards, but I got his number. With the guns, it's about bloodbath. So this skill right here, and it gives you killing an enemy with a grenade or explosive increases weapon damage for each stack of bloodlust. An enemy to kill this way has a greater chance to drop grenade ammo. So it works perfectly with Blood Explosion, which is the capstone skill. And because when the Blood Explosion Nova kills an enemy, it's treated as an explosive kill, and it will proc Bloodbath. And Bloodbath will give you, normally when you have 5 points into it, it's 250% gun damage. But when you have the Reaper calm on, it's 500% gun damage. So for gun damage, this is really the bread and butter right here. The problem, though, is generally you can't stay alive. You can't keep your health up long enough to keep using your gun without needing to go into Buzzsack's Rampage. So it's yeah, it's a kind of a skill where there's some situations where you can take advantage of it, and you try to take advantage of it when you can, but it's not something you can really depend on because the enemies simply hit too hard for you to keep your health up and not have to go into release the beast in order to get your health back. Now you could play a different playstyle. Like I don't generally use Moxie weapons in my playstyle, right? So, which means that my health regen comes from release the beast and Buzzsack's Rampage and killing enemies that way. But if you adopt a Grog Nozzle, Chain Lightning type of playstyle, then you can really take advantage of what Bloodbath has to offer because you don't have to worry about getting your health back by going into Buzzsack's Rampage like I do. And that's a completely viable playstyle. If you really want to be about gun damage, that's really going to be one of the best ways to do it. Where the hell did he go? Bastard. Okay, so like I got the Reaper comm on now. I'm going to go after this guy because he's slag, so I should be able to kill him with 1 or 2 hits. That's going to proc Fuel the Blood, put the melee back on so I can get that 200%. Alright, cool, man. I'll be here. Okay, DJ Tanner. He's over this way. Whoa! Wrong one. One of these you can walk down and get a red chest. I need pistol ammo. I'm right on the verge of Healthgate, so I might as well switch my shield. I'm maxed out on sniper rifle ammo, so I don't need to pick that up. Why do I keep passing it? I haven't been over here in so long. I've been spending the majority of my time in this game playing the last Headhunter pack, Son of Cromorax. Okay, okay. How do I handle these guys? Oh, there goes that idea. So it's be about building the stacks at this particular point. Okay, there goes that too. Okay. Where is this fire shooting bastard? Yeah, that was one of the... It's probably the best, I think, of all the Headhunter packs. And the colors are so bright. I mean, it's a simple thing, but it's, you know, it's a completely different motif compared to the other ones. I like the pastels. It's like a Art Deco style. Alright, so let me check my list here. DJ Tanner dead. Now we got Little Sis and Mr. Bubbles. And Cormax is just a fun boss. I was watching a video today, like a 2-minute and 27-second kill with Zero. Using, what did he use? He used a shock interfacer with shock relic and Spectin the boar. And it just melted him, man. It was sweet. He doesn't respawn? Huh. Really? That sucks. Yeah, I should have checked this one out. I just assumed she would be here. Oh, I haven't turned in the Treasure of the Sands mission. If I turned it in... Ah, crap. Yeah, but if I turn it in, then I can't get back into the treasure room. Alright, well, this one's a wash.